Hello from Coleman & Company. In this video, I hope you're as excited as I am, because if you're watching this video, I hope that you are also unboxing your Graphtec CE6000-60 PLUS, which is your 24-inch cutter. I'm going to be opening this up. The tape hasn't even been cut, so let's dig right in. I'm going to cut this open, and then I'm going to need some help, so you probably will too. Since this is a 24-inch cutter, we need to be able to lift this out of the box. If I find anything as soon as I cut it open, I'll cut that and put that as a little insert in the video, because I want to make sure I open it along with you the whole step of the way. Let's begin. Ooh, all right. I'm going to need to move the camera so I can show you what it looks like right when you open it. All right, I've just opened up the flaps, and before we actually lift out the cutter, because like I said, you're going to need help, let's talk about some of the stuff that's right here. Looks like your warranty. Now remember, with the Graphtec, you get a 2-year warranty, one that comes right with the purchase, but then if you register on Graphtec America, you actually get a second additional year, and I actually even talk about it right here, so make sure to do that. Give yourself an extra year. And looks like just some extra information. Okay, so limited warranty paperwork, that's important, don't lose that. And then, the DVD. The DVD goes over all kinds of settings. It goes over a lot of things that it can do. It's like a training DVD. So take your time and watch this. But let's finish the unboxing. All right, let's see. Nothing else is visible loose in here. It's actually all, and I'll actually tilt this so you can see, it's actually styrofoamed on in there. If you can see the 2 big chunks of styrofoam here. I'm gonna get an assistant, and the next clip you'll see I'll have just lifted it out of the box. See you there. All right, welcome back. Okay, so I wanted to show you this part. As we took out the cutter, you can see here's the cutter right in front, but there's also a baggie taped to the bottom of the box. That's why we couldn't see it from the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that free and then go over the ingredients with you. Give me a moment to cut that out with my handy scissors here, and I'll be right back with you. All right, welcome back. So we've just cut the baggie free, and forgive me for being cheesy, but I love goodie bags. So let's jump right in and see what we've got with it. All right, so first thing here, PMT. Let's see. You're gonna find out right along with me, because this is exactly what it's like to open it. What is this? Let's open it and find out. Oh, cool. Okay, I know exactly what this is. It comes with instructions in case you don't know, but this will be a lot of fun. When you're setting up your blade, okay, there's a little adjuster, and I'll show you the blade here in a second, but there's a little bottom piece that you twist and adjust. And when you're cutting your vinyl, there's literally just a tiny little pinpoint of that blade that needs to be out to get the job done. You don't actually have to pull out the whole blade. Well, the difference between glitter vinyl and opaque vinyl is literally a fraction of a millimeter thick, so it's kind of hard to see how thick is it without cutting into a piece of vinyl. You could always do a test piece, but you could also use this. This, you actually insert your little cutting blade and look in through the little hole, and you can see exactly how long it is. It actually has little measurement grids in there, and just to kind of show you, sometimes visuals are good. See? You just literally, you're plugging in the little blade in there, and you can see the little measurements, okay, that'll be on there. So that way you can check your measurements of your blade without actually having to cut any vinyl, and get an idea of what it looks like. This is a nice new little treat that they started carrying with the Graphtec, a nice little goodie, so this is fun. Okay, cool. So next item, and well, your power cable. Won't go far without that. Actually, I'm just going to put them all out here. All right, so here's the little viewer. This, I don't know if you can see this, but there is a tiny little blade right there in the middle. Let's see if you can see on this side. See the little tiny metal blade in there? that is your cutting blade. This is what does all the magic. So I'll keep it here to keep it protected until we're ready to set that up. There's your blade. This is going to save you a lot of time. When you're done cutting a job on your cutter, it feeds out the front, right? So it's cut the design, and when it's done, it's going to sit there. Either you've set up your cutter to retract it back or leave it there, but either way, you've got to cut the vinyl. So this right here is actually really nifty. Just press the little thumb up and it pops up a little blade for you to easily cut that. We actually put that right on the back little shelf of our cutter since it's really convenient and small, but at the same time nice to clear away that vinyl. So there's that one. This one. All right, so this is going to be your blade holder. Here it looks like you have to actually assemble it just a little bit. All right, so you've got your adjustment pieces in there. My favorite, instructions. So we can actually assemble that. Actually, I'm going to assemble that in a separate video to show you exactly what I'm doing, because I think that'd be worth showing you up close. So either way, all these little pieces assembled becomes your blade. So I'm going to put these back in the box to keep it organized, and I will show you how to assemble that in the next little clip for you. There'll probably be a link in the video here on where to see how to set this up, okay? So there's the blade holder. All of them just literally have a bunch of numbers written on the front, so it tells you nothing until you open it. Nice, okay, so that's the blade holder, and this right here is actually what you're inserting the blade into, okay? So you're gonna unscrew this, and be careful, there is a spring in there. This is where you're gonna plug in your blade, and I'll also show that in a close-up video. And then this, once you have it in the holder, this is where you're going to either lengthen the blade or shorten the blade. And again, I'll show you a zoomed up of that. Also instructions included, so it'll walk you right through. All right, so this here, it looks like this is the cable that's going to connect your computer that has your art program. And if you got the Plus series, then you have the Graphtec Studio. It's the Graphtec Plus version, the Pro Studio. So many extra features, it's phenomenal. But here, this is where it's going to connect to your cutter and your USB to connect to your computer. So definitely need that. And then, now, cool. This little felt tip pen, actually, if you haven't looked at it before, the Graphtec, if you plug in this pen into the Graphtec cutter, you can write out invitations, you can write out things like newsletters, or if you're doing a birthday card, seriously, you can put it in here, have a whole message, and instead of it cutting, it can write. We'll definitely do some videos on that because that's really cool, but a little fun extra. And, I love my informational DVDs. This is the user guide and software DVD. Definitely take your time. Learning your investment equipment is highly recommended anytime you're in this industry, but especially when you're talking about an expensive piece of equipment, you want to make sure you know all the features, and this DVD will definitely get you there. And last but not least, it looks like our manual. All the little ins and outs and extras. Let's see. Oh, and we've got different languages. Excellent. So it looks like it gives you a little bit of everything. So you've got your paperwork here, you've got cords and cables, and of course your cutter. Let's unpack this. Let's see. Some non-static plastic, which is great because we want to protect our investments. And need some scissors to cut it free. Nice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and spend a few minutes taking off the padding, taking off the tape. I'm going to get things at least, well, I mean, honestly, it's just a matter of removing some of these things like this, but rather than having you watch through it, I'm just going to go ahead and do it really quickly. We'll probably end up fast forwarding through this, so stick around. pieces of tape are actually underneath there, so just make sure you get that correctly. And feed it on through because you don't want to move your device head, okay? And like I said, sometimes over the lip. It looks like this one almost wraps all the way around. Here's another silica gel to remove any moisture during transit. This right here. Another one that wraps around. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help because essentially, again, it's an expensive piece of equipment. You don't want to drop anything or hurt anything. Alright, so that one removed. That one removed. There's some tape back here. Ta-da! It's all ready. Now let's go ahead and get this set out.